This trip is all about traveling from Kuala Lumpur to Singapore in the most impromptu and local way. It is cheap, but if I'm not sure, the cheapest way. You see, I'm an impromptu traveler. I never plan my trips. I wake up this morning and decided that it's time for me to leave for home, Singapore. But first, before the journey begins, I need a good local breakfast. Hawker center over here, which is pretty obscure. It's called Mani's Corner. The closest food court to Kuala Lumpur Central, that's Mani's Corner food court in Brickfields. You would not expect a food court hidden behind small alleys and zinc sheet buildings. But here it is, a local food heaven packed with delicious Malaysian eats. Mani's Corner food courts host a variety of stalls offering local dishes like Hainanese chicken rice, Penang char kway teow, nasi lemak, clay pot chicken rice, and banana leaf rice. One of the standout stall, that's Peter's pork noodle.
给我一个面小的加蛋。
It is a legendary name over here. Known for its rich and flavorful broth, this stall has been serving up its signature pork noodle soup for decades. The dish features a hearty bowl of noodle topped with minced pork, tender pork slices, crispy lard, and a perfect poached egg. Expect a wait during peak hours, as Peter Pork Noodle has a loyal following. It's an iconic spot for authentic, satisfying Malaysian hawker meal. Lesson learned. If you love local food and do not mind sweating it out, Mani's Corner Food Court is the place to be. Now, back to KL Sentral, trying to get an impromptu bus ticket to Singapore. It turns out that buses and trains from KL Sentral to Singapore are very limited. Tickets get snapped out like hotcakes. Same situation as pickup points like Berjaya Times Square, Imbi, and One Utama. Lesson learned. If you are leaving from KL Sentral and other designated pickup points, book your bus ticket online first. My only option? Break the journey into two parts. First to Johor Bahru, then from Johor Bahru to Singapore. To catch a bus, I need to go to Kuala Lumpur Main Bus Terminal TBS. In English, TBS, which stands for Terminal Bersepadu Selatan, translates to Southern Integrated Terminal. It is a major bus terminal in Kuala Lumpur, serving as a hub for long-distance express bus, particularly those heading south to Johor Bahru, Malacca, Singapore, and Mersing. TBS is located at the BTS station along the KLIA Transit line. The best way to travel to the TBS bus station? Kuala Lumpur Transit train from KL Sentral to BTS train terminal. The price of the KLIA Transit train costs 650 ringgit. Train comes every 30 minutes. To save time, check the schedule at this website. At this point, I would like to draw your attention now not to mistaken the KLIA Transit with KLIA Express. KLIA Express is the non-stop express airport rail link between KL Sentral to KLIA Terminal 1 and Terminal 2. While KLIA Transit is a service that makes stops at various stations along the route, including Putrajaya, Cyberjaya, and of course, in this case, Bandar Tasik Selatan or BTS. Warning, do not mistaken KLIA Transit for KLIA Express, or you will end up at the airport instead of TBS. TBS is situated right next to the train station, namely BTS or Bandar Tasik Selatan literally translate to Southern Lake Town in English. It's the station to go to. The journey from KL Sentral to BTS is 14 km and the journey takes 15 minutes. BTS station is the first station along the KLIA Transit. I alight at the BTS station. The bus terminal TBS is located just next to the train station. One needs to climb an excruciating flights of steps if one is lugging heavy bags. Good luck climbing those stairs. The TBS bus terminal is connected to the BTS train station by way of overhead bridge. I am astonished to see the crowd at the lobby of TBS. Crowds everywhere. If I join the queue, I might be here for hours. I do not want to waste my life in the queue. So I take out my phone, start swiping websites and applications to get the next available bus ticket out of KL to Johor Bahru. Lesson learned. Try to get ticket online or at the automated ticket booth by the sides of the lobby. It saves you time at the manual queue. The bus platform is located at the underground of TBS. That is, after taking an escalator and going through a security gantry. Just like the airport terminal, there are TV screens above me to show where the destination and the timing of my boarding gate. Finally, my bus journey to Kuala Lumpur begins. I bought the bus. The bus is worth what I paid for. But this is not all the case. I do encounter some shoddy bus companies that cram passengers like cattle. Lesson learned. To avoid that situation, try to get ticket at least stated Super VIP to get one's leg and shoulder space. That is, this typical 2 seats by 1 bus seating configuration you see here. The main bus station in Johor Bahru is the Larkin bus terminal. A bus journey from TBS to Johor Bahru Larkin bus terminal takes approximately 5 hours and 35 minutes. It will be longer if there's a traffic jam, which is pretty common. And that timing also includes toilet breaks. Lesson learned. Try to travel during off-peak, like weekdays, and on non-peak hours, like the office rush hours. And never travel on the last day of school and public holidays. After 6 hours, I finally reached Johor Bahru Larkin Terminal. And that's just 80% of the way home. At the Larkin bus terminal, you can buy food, exchange money, or get last-minute souvenir. But my objective is just to cross the border. Once I alight, I head straight into the main building of the Larkin bus terminal. There are also many bus companies operating between Johor Larkin to Singapore. In my opinion, I will ignore these companies and head straight to the public bus platform. There are frequent public buses operating between Johor Bahru and Singapore. The name of these companies are Causeway Link and Singapore Bus Transit. Forget about the private buses. Just grab a public bus to Malaysia-Singapore border. But before that, one needs to pay 1 ringgit bus tariff for entering into the public bus platform. I paid 1 ringgit at the counter next to the gantry. Then I enter the lobby. Grab any bus that will lead to the Johor Singapore custom. It is best to stick with the same bus company from now till after border crossing. Lesson learned, and to hold on to the same bus ticket as you need to reuse it later. My preference for public bus is Singapore Bus Transit buses. These are cheaper but have longer queues. As for Causeway Link, it is pricier but has shorter queues. So pick a better. The journey from Larkin to the Malaysia-Singapore border is about 8 kilometers or 15 minutes journey on a good traffic. Now, I reached the massive Johor Immigration Custom. This is where I have to alight with bags and start my land border crossing. The custom is located on the second floor and the walk there is probably another 400 meters through a convoluted passageway. I always get lost walking in there, but if you are one of the thousands of people doing the border crossing every hour, just follow the human traffic and you will be heard to the immigration custom. Now, it's time for me to turn off my camera and cross the border. Wish me luck. After my passport got stamped out of Malaysia, I head downstairs to the bus boarding area. I took the Singapore Bus Transit Company bus, so it makes sense for me to join the bus queue for Singapore Bus Transit Company. If you take buses from other bus companies, then you need to join to that relevant queue. The bus finally leaves the Malaysia custom heading towards the Singapore custom. The two country customs are separated by a causeway of less than 1 kilometer, and we are now on a land bridge between the two countries. This causeway is the busiest land border crossing in the world, so expect traffic jam. Good for bus travelers, there is a bus lane dedicated to the public transport. That completes the entire land border crossing process between Malaysia and Singapore. What a journey! Kuala Lumpur to Singapore, the impromptu way. If you like this adventure, like, comment and subscribe for more travel experience. And see you in the next video.